beginning of my career. That's a fantastic question. Um, I think that basically I was at U of T for a couple of years. Music had always been in my family. All of uh, my mom's sisters, every time we get together for any type of holiday, there's always like four-part harmonies, and my granddad would like play the guitar, and so it was kind of something that I didn't really even see as special. I thought everybody's family kind of did that kind of thing. Then I got to high school and realized that that was not the case. Um, but I didn't, there was no like arts program. So when I was at U of T, I auditioned for Honey Jam, and that was the first, like being on stage with the Mod Club was the first like official performance. I did some musical theater stuff as well, but that was like the first thing I was like, okay, I can do this. This is like a thing that is possible. And so I was eventually talked into going to Humber, um, and then by making connections there and um, kind of like playing in bands and trying out different styles of music, I kind of met some people. And then in my last year, James Bailey asked if I wanted to play with July Talk, and that's, the rest is history, I guess. Wow, it's a good question. Hmm. So I think that first show with July Talk, it was what was it? It was, oh God, that festival at Fort York. Um, what's it called?
I
That's so
think,
sad.
do you mean turf or field trip?
Field Trip, that's the one. Okay, thank you. Sorry. So Field Trip was definitely like a beautiful moment because um it just felt so freeing to be like out of school and to be doing something that felt like real, and like we were really being able to like interact with the audience and like kind of jump around on stage, which is not like the jazz idiom at all. So that was really lovely. And then I would say like I played some pretty cool shows with Alessia Cara. We did Jimmy Fallon a couple of times. We played Madison Square Gardens. And it was the thing that I think about that experience that informed me in the way that I go forward with my career is that um, I learned that you have to be very specific about the people you work with and the team that they have. Because if the team is not, if you don't uh, like mesh together as human beings, then it doesn't matter what kind of accolades it might seem like on the outside. Like it will not fill your spirit, no matter how long you've been like hoping to play on that stage. You really have to be in like right relation with the people around you, which has been really awesome. It would have been so smart to have like been strategic about any of my choices, but but I was really just like going with the flow. I kind of decided I'd been in the restaurant industry like alongside school, and that was kind of supplementing some of the cost of like being a working musician. And it got to the point where I was like, I would rather kind of just like starve than have to serve these people like brunch anymore. So I kind of decided with myself, it was like, I'm just going to go hard and take everything that comes my way, which is like led me to a whole bunch of amazing and very diverse projects. Um, but yeah, that's kind of how I have been operating for a while. I think establishing a collaborative community is like vital. I think that Toronto is like a strange city sometimes. It's very kind of like cliquey and individualistic, but I think that music is such like a collaborative, like living, breathing thing. And so to try and do it yourself, obviously it's possible, but it's just so much more beautiful and so much like more vast and magical when you have a community of people surrounding you. And it's also like the creative process is like hard on the mind. So to have people to support you and that you can support is like also like a really beautiful thing. Ooh, um, something that would surprise me. Do you know what? Something that surprises me about the music industry a lot, with some artists that have kind of are more established, I would say, is that like a lot of the people working at that level that aren't the actual artist don't really know anything about music. um, like it's a lot of business people. It's very much like an actual like we are here to make money, and that can a lot of the time kind of um, take away from the actual like music and like creative process of it all, which I feel is like so it's just so sacred. It's something that um, I really try my best to protect for myself. Um, so yeah, I think realizing that it really is a literal business, as opposed to just like a whole bunch of artsy people kind of like, just doing their thing. That was definitely a surprise for me. Ooh, I honestly, I wish I could tell you. I really don't know. I think that I have so much faith in the next generation, though. They are so open-minded and like excited about changing things and like seeing the matrix kind of being like, we don't have to do this anymore. And so I think I like am here to support and see what people are going to do, like coming up after COVID season, after kind of the world starts moving again. I'm really excited to see what happens. I think that first and foremost, sacrificing your ego is extremely important. Um, if you want to be a person that collaborates, that is extremely important. But also because this is such like a wavy ride, like you're not going to be on top all of the time, and to understand that, um, the dips and things changing and not maybe going the way that you thought is all just part of the journey, and that those moments where you feel confused about what the next step is will be the ones that make the bright moments like so much more bright. That's it. I haven't thought about that. What is the biggest mistake that I've made early in my career? Um, to be perfectly honest, I think being scared. I was scared like all of my years at Humber. I was scared the first year out. Music school is a strange thing. It kind of can shift your relationship with music in unhealthy ways, and you kind of have to like unlearn some of the things that you um, have like been taught in that space, because it is set like it is an institutionalization of an art form, which is like so subjective. So putting like very strict parameters on it is can a lot of the times be detrimental to a lot of people. So unlearning things um, that I heard from older people who I just trusted blanketly is definitely one thing. And then not believing in myself enough um, when I knew something was wrong, but I thought that I should just trust whoever's been there for longer. Um, that's definitely also something. I think you should just sort of remember to always trust your gut, because you always know. The next generation of musicians. I think maybe, I think if I was going to give any advice, I would say um, don't be afraid to try, and don't be afraid to be seen in process in public. Like the journey of creating yourself, of kind of blooming into who you are, is like such a beautiful thing. And if you um, are brave enough to share the steps of that with people, with your community, with like the people who are going to support you, then I think it's such a wonderful way to kind of foster that kind of uh, closeness and that kind of like support from people. And you'd be surprised how many people are on your team when you just let them in.